Hello students, today we are going to discuss our chapter 17 of class 11th, and the name of the chapter is Breathing and Exchange of Gases. So firstly, in our 16th chapter we have discussed the topic digestion. So how the digestion of food takes place. So after the digestion of the food, that food is mixed with the blood. Like what is the fate of the carbohydrate after digestion? So the fate of the carbohydrate after digestion is glucose, and fate of the proteins after digestion, amino acids, and fate of fats molecule, fatty acids. So these are the simple form of the food after digestion. So how that food is used and how this breakdown takes place, that is known as the respiration. So what is respiration? Respiration, it is a process, and it is a catabolic process. Catabolic process means the breakdown of the molecule, because breakdown of glucose takes place here. So breakdown of glucose to release energy, carbon dioxide and water. This process is known as respiration. So in respiration there will be the release of the energy, and this energy is used by the living organism to do their different work. So in the sense we can say the food provides us energy, but how this energy is formed? This energy is formed by the process of respiration. Second thing is breathing. So what is the meaning of breathing? Breathing means, simply we can say, the intaking of oxygen, and the coming out of the carbon dioxide. Suppose our nostrils are there, our nose are there. When we put our hand on our chest, we can observe the movement of our chest, that is going upward and downward direction. So that is the example of the breathing. So by this process we are inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide. So this process is known as breathing. So why this breathing is required for respiration? Because there will be the requirement of oxygen. So this oxygen is required for the breakdown of this food. So both these processes, breathing and respiration, they are interrelated, because without breathing there will be no oxygen, and without oxygen there will be no respiration. But different types of respiration also takes place, that also takes place in the absence of oxygen. But here we are just discussing about the respiration, we can say, which takes place in the presence of oxygen, and that respiration also known as aerobic respiration. So after that class we have to study the respiratory organs. So what is the meaning of respiratory organs? Means the organs which help in respiration. So what is an organ? It is the group of the tissues. So in case of human being, the respiratory organ, that are the lungs, we can say. So these respiratory organs are different in case of different animals. And firstly we have to remember this thing: the respiratory organs, they are endodermal in origin. Endodermal means they are formed from the endoderm of the embryo. Now let's revise what is endoderm. Endoderm, that is the embryonic layer. So we have learned, or we have, you can say, understand this thing, that there is the triploblastic and diploblastic condition is there in the embryo. So if all the three layers, ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, is there, then we can say this condition is known as triploblastic. And if only two layers are there, the ectoderm and the endoderm, not the mesoderm, then we can say diploblastic. So the respiratory organ, that is, we can say, endodermal in origin, that arise from the endoderm of the embryo. Now what are the characteristics of the you can say the respiratory area from where the exchange of gases takes place? What are the characteristics? So before that we have to understand the term diffusion. So what is diffusion? So diffusion is known as the movement of the particles, especially the gases, from their higher concentration gradient, or you can say high pressure gradient to the low pressure gradient. Here we are taking the example. Suppose here one membrane is there, membrane of the cell or the any membrane. So outside the molecules of carbon dioxide that are more, and inside the carbon dioxide molecules are less. So we can say here is the high partial pressure, or you can say high concentration gradient. So the carbon dioxide molecule move from high partial pressure to low partial pressure. But if we compare oxygen, then oxygen inside the cell, the oxygen molecules are more. So we can say high partial pressure. So oxygen move outside from inside. So this term is known as the diffusion, and this diffusion takes place if there will be the difference in the gradient. Gradient means the increase or the decrease of any physical quantity like concentration, like pressure. So that is known as the diffusion. For respiration or for the breathing, for the exchange of gases, there will be the, you can say, the membrane should be there. Suppose the semi-permeable membrane or the cell membrane, and if that membrane is there, so that membrane should be vascular means there will be the large amount of blood supply, and that should be thin, and that should be permeable means it is allowing the gases molecules to pass through. So we can say for the exchange of the gases, there should be the membrane, and that membrane should be vascular, thin and permeable. And the second thing is there will be the large surface area. Suppose in case of human beings, the lungs are there, and in the lungs the alveoli are there, so they provide the large surface area for the exchange of the gases. And there should be the diffusion, there should be the some concentration gradient should be there, so that there will be the exchange of gases. So now we have to understand the different respiratory organs in the different animals. So first I am taking the example, that is the parapodia. So parapodia, para means पैर, ये पैर से भी relate करता है. So it also help in locomotion and also help in respiration. And example is Nereis. So this Nereis, that is also known as the marine annelid. So what are annelida? These are also known as the segmented worms. Earthworm is also the example. So it is the annelid, but it is the marine annelid, and here the parapodia help in respiration. So that is very important. Most of the time this question is asked. And second is the book lungs. So these are not actually the lungs. They have the shape like the pages of the books. So these are present in the spider and the scorpion. And in which phylum spider and scorpion is there? So they are in the phylum, you can say the Insecta. Not the phylum Insecta, we can say the phylum Arthropoda. And the class Crustacea is there. After that we can say frog. So frog, that is the amphibian. And for frog you have to remember this thing, PCB, physics, chemistry and biology. So that is very important. So in case of frog, there is the three types of you can say respiration takes place by pulmonary. Pulmonary word is related to lungs. So because the frogs are amphibians, they can live in water as well as on land. So pulmonary respiration takes place through lungs. Second is the cutaneous. Cutaneous is related to the skin. And third is buccopharyngeal, means the combination of buccal cavity plus pharynx. So by the buccopharyngeal respiration also takes place in case of frog. So these three things that are very important in your board exams, in your NEET exams, these questions from these topic always asked. Next is the human being. So in case of human being, we all are aware that the lungs are the respiratory organs, and we can say pulmonary because pulmonary word is related to lungs. Then the cuticle, or you can say the skin, on the skin the cuticle is there. So in case of earthworm, so earthworm belongs to which phylum? Phylum Annelida. Then in case of insects like cockroach is there, so the trachea is there. So what are the trachea? These are the, you can say, the tube like structures that are extended throughout whole the body and open into a structure known as spiracle. So these are the trachea. So trachea help in the respiration in case of insects like cockroach. And gills, I think you can tell the example in case of fishes, and in case of terrestrial animals, terrestrial reptiles also, the lungs are there. So these all are the organs of respiration in case of different animals. So because we are studying the human physiology, so we have to study the respiratory system in case of human beings specially. So in our last lecture we will in our next lecture, we can say, we will discuss the human respiratory system. Thank you.